FFA Episode 4, coming to you live from beautiful, sunny Las Vegas. I'm just playing. We're here at Justin's house. We've got a green screen this week, finally. Pretty cool little thing. I think it'll up the production value, as we've been trying to do every single week for you guys, the viewers, each week, practicing new tips, tricks, techniques, make it even better and better for you. None other, your commissioner, Luchkemia, with the host here, fantasy guru Mike Nicolau. Let's start off how we normally start off here. Standings. It is week 6 going into week 7. Currently, this is where we sit with the standings. Midwest Lone Wolf still keeping the top spot. Scented Candles, Andy coming out of nowhere, started 0-2.
4 in a row.
4-game win streak right now. He's number 2. Not only that, he's playing Midwest Lone Wolves this week in week 7. Big matchup right there. Big matchup right there.
Absolutely.
Followed by none other than the fantasy guru, dude man bro, Mike Nicolau. 4th place, Stark Voltage. 5th, Salivating Mutts, Anthony Curran moving up. Chronic Blunt, JJ, getting in there. You know, I like you're in the playoffs right now. 6th spot. That's all you got.
Midway point of the season.
Exactly. Unbearable Cut, Ricky at 7. I'm 8. I moved up a spot even though I lost last week. We'll get into that later. One-man offense, Tomo, 9. Natural Born Spillers no longer in last place with a victory against me last week. 10. Cavity Searching Myself, last year's winner, Adam Minster, currently sitting at 11. That's kind of rough.
He's having a tough go this year. He's been a little bit plagued by the first round buys and people struggling for him.
Yeah. People struggling, but hey, that's fantasy football and that's where we are. And bringing up the rear, sorry, Roy, last place team. Love your team name. I suck my Ditka. Just great. So that's currently where we stand right now. You know, we're going to break it down a little bit. This episode here, we will have the Nail Biter, which was the closest game in Week 6. We will have the biggest beatdown of Week 6. And the Fantasy Guru here, of course, will reveal some waiver gems that you may want to look at picking up here for Week 7 starting tomorrow. So let's get into it after this short announcement. If you're anything like me, you probably like to eat. And my favorite thing to eat when watching the big game with my buddies is some nice, big, juicy pork butt. Damn, that's a big butt. You can find great tips and recipes to make your own barbecue at facebook.com/truebarbecue. Barbecue so true that you can eat it anywhere. Like in a jungle, or in space, or in a shack, or standing next to Shaq, or even at Radio Shack. The possibilities are endless. So visit facebook.com/truebarbecue today to enjoy delicious recipes, tips, and even buy your own homemade sauces and rubs and start enjoying barbecue wherever you love to eat. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to discuss the Nail Biter and the biggest beatdown each week. I was kind of done with the whole Vegas thing, so now I'm chilling in Master Sensei's dojo. It's just the place to be. Biggest beatdown of last week goes to current number 2, my brother, Andy Chkemia, Scented Candles, putting the beat down on Roy, Suck My Ditka. I believe the point spread was somewhere in the 70s by which he beat him. The total was 154.1 to 78.8. All of this contributing to Andy's current win streak. 4 games in a row he's now been able to string together. He's 4-2, sitting in second place, going for first place this week as he's playing the number 1 team. You got to give it up. I mean, it all happened early. In the beginning, we thought that his team would be kind of weak. Turns out that he made a trade with Natural Born Spillers, Jermichael Finley, for Noshan Moreno, in which he got Noshan Moreno. It passed by the radar, and now he's got a potentially top 5 running back the rest of the way, and Noshan Moreno on that Denver Broncos team. That's just not even fair. That's just not even fair. On top of that, he's got Matt Forte, Drew Brees. He's got T.Y. Hilton, which I really like as a keeper next year, although he's been kind of spotty so far this year. Cowboys defense last week came up huge for him. 26 points. That's a bit of an anomaly for him there, but well played. Jay Cutler has been playing really well this year. Got him 27 points last week. All around, his team's pretty balanced. I think his wide receiving core is a little weaker than it could be, but other than that, I mean, you're sitting at second place. You're sitting pretty, man. Keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. Suck my Ditka. Roy, just a bit of bad luck. You got Tom Brady. He's been underperforming, but he gets Gronk back this week, so that bodes well for him and the rest of the team there. I know James Jones went down in injury for you. Danny Amendola, that trade you made, that hurts a little bit, man. I believe he's injured again. He's out probably forever. I don't know. He'll come back, play like one play and get a touchdown and then be done for the rest of the year. That guy just can't stay healthy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about him. But that was the biggest beatdown that we had in week 6. Now, the nail biter was between me and last week's last place team, Natural Born Spillers. Lesson to be had here, kids. Trust yourself. Trust your gut instinct. Initially, I had Sam Bradford and Brandon Weeden as my OP and my QB going into the week. Last minute, I decided to change it and take a flyer on Terrell Pryor against the KC defense. Terrible move. They sacked him 10 times. He threw 3 picks. Ended up getting just 6.6 points with Brandon Weeden on my bench getting 20. That additional 13.4 points there, I would have won. I would have beat you there. Even with Jimmy Graham putting up a goose egg, even with DeMarco Murray and Randall Cobb going down to injury that week, I still would have won. Currently, I'm second in overall points in the league, first with most points scored against. Just a bit of bad luck, but I still moved up 9-8. So we got to keep going halfway through the season here. You know, we got a lot more time to play. These buys are killing me. As for the rest of it, now I leave you with our fantasy guru to let you know about some waiver gems that we're going to be picking up here for week 7. You may want to look at stashing them on your team and see how we go from there.
Thanks, Lou. I'm reporting to you live outside of Matthew Berry's house. He and I just had a powwow and a sleepover last night going over the craziness that has been the 2013 NFL season. As all of you are aware, the injury bug recently hit a lot of big-name players with Julio Jones, Randall Cobb, DeMarco Murray, hopefully he's not out for long, but a lot of big-name guys that were drafted early, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, are now done, and for who knows how long. So that means it's important that you guys are paying close attention to the waiver wire, and there's a couple of gems out there, some sleeper names who might be able to help you out during these bye weeks, and especially if you've been hit by the aforementioned injury bug. Starting at running back, Peyton Hillis was just signed by the Giants, and until they get Wilson and Andre Brown back, he's going to be splitting time with Brandon Jacobs. They've got a nice matchup this week, Monday night against the Giants. He's the guy to keep an eye on who might get a nicer role in that offense going forward. Also, Daniel Thomas has a great matchup this week against Buffalo. He's a guy, if you're thin at running back, that might be able to get into the end zone for you and get some nice points. Wide receiver is the position that has the most flexibility right now, and there's a lot of names available that might be able to help you win here in week 7. First name that comes to mind is Jarrett Boykin for Green Bay. If Randall Cobb is out, which he is, if James Jones is out, which he likely is, he's their number 2 receiver. And with Joe Hayden covering Jordy Nelson, Boykin's going to get a lot of attention this week, so keep your eye on him. He's a 6'2", 220-pound receiver that runs a 4.5 40, so we know he can get separation. Another guy, actually from a specific game, Miles Austin, Riley Cooper. Look for that Dallas-Philadelphia game to be very high scoring. Those are 2 guys who could very easily end up with 7 or 8 catches and close to 100 yards. Again, if you're short at wide receiver this week, get up early in the morning and flip a coin and pick one of those 2. Finally, at tight end, I just picked up a guy I was going to mention named Timothy Wright, so he's not available for any of you. But the guy I dropped, Jordan Reed, he has clearly outperformed Fred Davis for Washington. He's going to be their tight end going forward. Look for him to have a big second half of the season. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully some of you out there took my advice, picked up these players, and are using them to dominate your games here today.
And we're back at the hotel. I know you enjoyed episode 4 of FFA. We are joined here by my daughter. As you can see, she's holding up a Homewood shirt, which she was begging me to get. It's just...
Lou. I just got word. Twitter is going crazy right now. The fans of the show here, all of you at home, are asking about these fantastic shirts we're wearing. Did you want to maybe tell them a little bit more about them?
Well, after I had bought the shirts, I realized what a great investment they were. I mean, they're lighter than any shirt you normally have. They're softer than any shirt you normally have. And on top of that, they're cheap. If you want these shirts, please just go to HomewoodFB.com and check out everything else we got from our sponsors at Homewood FB. As always, a big thank you to the rest of our sponsors: Workout Music providing the music, John Foley and True Barbecue, tips, tricks, sauces, rubs, everything you need to have a tasty weekend. And of course, Funny Guys Media, making all of this possible and a great show for you, the viewers.
Good luck, everyone, in Week 7.